Welcome to What Do You Say?
Sayollo.
Olo. Okay, yeah, say Olo. You got it?
Got it.
It's a bit cringy.
But
it's
it's
fun.
super cool,
It's fun.
Shlomi.
Yeah, okay.
So every episode, we're gonna host a special guest and talk with him until he's fed up with us.
Are you saying we're like not that interesting or annoying?
Yes.
Or, oh, really?
Yes, I'm not enough.
Okay, so okay, maybe we should introduce ourselves. Let's go.
I thought you're never gonna ask, Shlomi.
Okay.
So, hi guys, my name is Dovrat. I'm the customer success manager here at Sayollo. Basically, I'm leading all the magic in the company.
The magic.
The magic.
There's magic.
And basically work with some of the cool creative game developer out there. Top that, Shlomi.
Wow, we're in a competition. Okay. I'm Shlomi Ben Atar. I'm the VP marketing here at Sayollo. I'm in charge of everything that is cool and sexy in the company. Like our new website. We just launched a new website.
Okay.
My vision.
Shlomi, let's stop this embarrassing conversation. We have an important guest today, so please let's introduce him. So I want to introduce the CEO and the co-founder of a great gaming studio, which is also one of my favorite. Please meet Damian Fijałkowski.
Damian, how are you
Hello
doing?
to everyone.
Yeah.
Right
Tell
now
us a
I'm
little
giving
about yourself.
right now I'm
What is your
giving
background? How did you get to working on mobile games? Tell us.
Okay, so the story behind me and behind the company is like we established the company 2010, so it's 11 years right now. My personal background is I'm a software engineer, I'm a programmer with a lot of experience before we started the company in some private sector. So I worked for mostly for companies looking for some online solutions. That's my background, and a lot of let's say data analysis, big data, things like that. So that's my background. And we established the company with my friend Grzegorz 2010. We started like, in American movie, we always say that, like almost like in a garage, but it was just a small room. And we started making games. Then we decided to start with mobile games because there was not we didn't need so much money and things like that, so we could start it only with the computers, things like that. For PC games that day, it was much harder to start because you needed some expensive engine thing, or maybe some other stuff, very hard to get without money. And for the mobile games, it was quite easy. So we had 2 computers, 2 mobile phones, and we started making games. And to be honest, the first prototype we had after the 1 day of writing the code, it was very simple. But it was we saw that it was nice and very good for us that we could prepare something and test it very quickly. So the time between the starting project and the first results it was very short period of time before this between those 2 points. So it was very big advantage of making mobile instead of PC games that day. And we started making games. We started making premium games, so we wanted to sell them like it was the standard selling model that day. I would say it was about 95% of products in the store that day that was paid applications for games. And of course, for people who will watch this interview, you have to remember that 11 years ago there was no Google Play Store. It was only Apple. So we started with the Apple applications, and we didn't succeed with the first product. I mean the economic part, because we released the game. We charged $1 for the game, and we've sold 1 copy during the first week. So it was 70 cents for us. So that wasn't a lot of money, but we didn't give up. We created 5 or 4 another applications with the same result, and then we started thinking, where is the problem? And we decided to make an experiment and release next game for free just to check if the problem is in the game itself or maybe somewhere else. And the free game started to download about 40,000 times a day. So we said, okay, so the game is quite nice, even if it's simple, and people like it, but we have to figure out how to earn money on that. And then we started to explore, let's say, the free-to-play approach. And it wasn't that easy like right now, that we have a lot of advertising networks, a lot of mediation platforms, things like that. When we started, it was only Apple and iAds, only available in United States and Canada. There was no other ads networks available around the world. And we started working with actually almost every ad network which were appearing on the market. Through these 10 or 11 years, we actually tested on ourselves, I would say, most of available solutions all around the world. And right now we are here, and we have 11 years of experience in working with mobile and mostly free-to-play applications.
What a story.
Yeah.
How many people are you in the company?
Right now it's 60 people.
Wow.
60. Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Damian, I have a question for you. How do you choose which game to develop? I mean, do you have any favorite genre?
I wouldn't say we have a favorite one, but we are very connected with the, let's say, moto general. I mean, cars and racing, things like that. I wouldn't say it was by choice. It was a little bit maybe by accident, because when we had a lot of different kind of games, but first very successful was one of our first racing games. And based on that success, we started to create another and another, and try to develop better this kind of games in our company. And of course, you have to remember that in this kind of companies, we have mostly men in our team, so it's easier for us to create games mostly for men than for women.
Like a zombie game.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's very hard to find girls wanted to work with creating the mobile games. Yeah, I know you are on the second side of this connection, but and we have few girls in our team, and we really appreciate that. But still, we are mostly men team, so it's easier for us to understand things which are which men are interested in. So that's why we had some soccer games. That's why we had some racing, some shooting. Not Candy Crush Saga.
No. What do you think Tbull brings to the mobile gaming space?
I would say that if I would have to choose maybe one or maybe two or three biggest advantages we have and things we bring to the market as a company, I would say that the quality is one of them, and not just telling that it is. I will tell that when we create the mobile game, especially for Android market, we develop right now at least 36 different versions of each of our game, technical different versions. When we develop the game and we release it to the store, customers don't even see that, but we develop a lot of builds, and we have this process we created some mechanism that we can make it automatically. And when you think about, when you have this approach from the beginning, even from the game design part, even before the coding stuff, we are prepared to create so many different versions because of, let's say, we have low, medium, and high, and of course different for different GPU, CPU, and things like that. And
there's a lot.
Yeah, we created some mechanisms. We have some our own add-ons for Unity, which allows even for not technical guys like game designers or graphic choose the, let's say, quality version for particular assets. And then when we push one button and we just leave the computer for a few hours, and at the end we have automatically created 36 or 72 builds. And we can deploy them to the store, and because of that, we can launch our games on some high-end devices, like the newest Samsung devices, flagship, like for $2,000 phones, or even the low-end devices like $50. And because of that, we have quite good coverage of the market. And because we test a lot our products, we have very good ratings of our games and very good statistics, like technical statistics for Google, like INRs and things like that. We keep it very low. So I would say that this very technical approach for our products is, something like we are famous on.
That's a good answer.
And I can
Okay.
confirm all he's saying. I can confirm it 100%. So Damian, as you know, one of our top priority here in Sayollo is the gaming user experience. What's the most important to Tbull when it's come to user experience?
I would say for us, the most important is that we want to keep the player as long as we can with our games. So that's why we are very focused on making some tutorials at the beginning. For example, we want to at the beginning, we want to introduce the game, and then we want to, and only after that, we are focused on some economical parts of the game. So we've tested a lot of different solutions in the game. And because we are talking, behind our talk is some, advertising system, things like that. We of course use that because we are a company making free-to-play games. But we always want to have some, good balance between earning money and between user experience. And we believe that we can, connect those things together in the way that people like it and they want to see the adverts. Yeah, I would say something like that.
Okay, I have a question. I want to know. Do you have a favorite video game?
Me personally, but mobile, or I can choose whatever I want.
Okay, first of all, you should know, Damian, that you want to.
I want to say that, Damian, that you should know that Shlomi is one of the well-known gamers in Israel. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big honor for us.
Yeah, I have like a big YouTube channel,
it's a big
TV,
honor.
yeah.
So I know most of the gaming market. So
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
So be careful with your answer. Any platform you want, anything at all. What is your favorite game? And why?
I would choose two of them. Okay. So first of all would be The Witcher, the Wild Gun.
Nice choice. Nice choice.
Of course, there's a little bit of local patriotism because CD Projekt is the Polish game company.
So we're not going to talk about Cyberpunk.
I'm not so bad about this. I played this game and I have maybe 60 or 70 hours in this game. But still, Cyberpunk is a different story, but Witcher is one of the game, and God of War, I would choose the second title.
Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call.
Nice
and
choice.
In both of this, I think it was the reason I really like those two games is because I'm a young father. My daughter is 6 years old right now. And the time I played this game, it was my first years with my daughter. And in both of these titles, there is, the parent-child relationship. And it was actually quite strong for me, these emotions behind that. And maybe right now I'm thinking about this, and maybe because of that, those two games were, very, let's say, important for me. And the feeling from the immersion was very big for me.
Wow, that is actually one of the best answers I've heard, because Witcher has a really kind of like father-daughter kind of relationship. And Kratos is not really the father of the year, because, but still I can understand.
But the relation, he was harsh for the son, but still he was protective. He sacrificed a lot just to be with him and to feel this story and this adventure with him. So I would still give him some points as in the Father's Day.
That's a great choices. I actually thought like about Last of Us 1, when also like kind of like father-daughter relationship, even though
it is
not his daughter.
What else did you get?
Well, here. This make you all nostalgic?
That is actually before my time. That is a winner, though.
Yeah, I would choose that as the third one. I played both, the first Last of Us and right now the second, but I would even call it the second. It was just, the after story, or maybe like, for me, it's like one title, because there was no a lot of changes between Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. But still, I liked both of them. So yeah, it was also the parent-child relationship approach in these games.
He's a serious gamer.
Yes, he's serious.
I'm
I
happy
can
with
feel
you.
it. I can feel
Yeah.
it. So guys, let's talk a little bit about Sayollo and Tbull's partnership.
Sure.
So all of you out there that are not familiar with Sayollo monetization solution, Sayollo is create immersive, not intrusive native ads that increase brand awareness while keeping gamers in the game. Super cool.
Yep.
We are partnered with Tbull about like more than a year, half a year ago. Yeah. I love working with Tbull, one of my favorite studio. So Damian, I have a question for you. What do you think is about the in-game advertising in 2021?
I hope that it will go more in the way like Sayollo has to offer. And to be honest, I was talking with a lot of companies for last 4 years about solutions like that on some, trades and during some, business trips and things like that. We were talking about something like this. Because we have a lot of advertising solutions in our games, like banner, interstitials, video on demand, things like that. And there was some gap especially for brand awareness companies. They don't really need people to click on the ads. They don't really need to push people outside the game, but still they want to be present in the products and just to show them. The brand awareness actually is self-explaining term. So for me, I was looking for this kind of solutions for last few years, and right now I'm happy that we have something like this. And I hope that big companies, we always give let's say Coca-Cola as a top one brand all around the world, because there is even some joke like, even there is no water in some place, there is a Coca-Cola there. And I hope that they will understand that being present in the mobile gaming, or maybe the internet, or this new media is as strong as being in the TV commercials, during the Christmas, when you see the Santa and you see all this, red trucks of Coca-Cola. It's only, they don't even sell the product in these ads. They just show that there is a good connection between the brand and some good moments during the Christmas. And I hope that they will understand that for young people, especially for them, being aware, being present in the mobile gaming, maybe in the PC gaming or whatever gaming, but not very in the way that they don't disturb the gameplay itself, is very good, because they are there. But it's not like advert you don't like, advert you want to skip, but they are still available there.
So Tbull have been around for several years. Tell us some more, like, can you elaborate about like more monetization methods that you used in the past, your experience with those methods, the difficulties of those methods?
Okay, so like I said before, we tried on ourselves most, or maybe all of them, I hope. We started from just the banner ads that they were first available on iAd this 10 years ago, and we started with them. It was actually the first step into the free-to-play world, not only for us but for the market itself. So it was just in banner. It wasn't disturbing a lot. You could play the game or use the app, and that was just a small ad. That was okay, the trade-off for getting this app or game for free. Okay, after that we tried the interstitial, and there was a lot of different things connected with that. We tried some different approach. And first, the ad just after the game was launched, there was a period of time we used this kind of method. Right now we also use this interstitial, but mostly when you played, let's say 20 hours or 50 hours or whatever time in different game, and we couldn't get any money from the user, so we didn't monetize this particular user. We start to show this kind of ads, but it's very long in the gameplay, not from the beginning. We really like the video on demand approach, because it's like, okay, we can offer you something, let's call it for free, for the users for free, just for the time the user has to spend, and we can get some money for that from some external companies, and that's the approach we earn money the most right now. We added this brand awareness, the in-game adverts right now, so it's good because it's not against the way we used in the past. It's something extra, so we can have we have more options to monetize people, even if they don't have money or they don't want to pay like in-app purchases. Of course, we have in-app purchases in our games. So I think it's good for us to combine those two. We also had experience with some, let's say, task we give for people. So we implemented some advertising network that you have to download some other game, go to level 10 or things like that. But it's very hard to convince people to do a lot of crazy stuff. And of course, it's risky because you push the player outside your product and it can not go back. So
did you see any user drop there in one of the methods?
Of course. Yeah. I would say the biggest drop we saw, it was on the with this approach when you had to do something in the other app. Especially, of course, you could get a lot of virtual coins or things like that. And sometimes people wanted just the coins and they did whatever we pushed them to do. But it was very often that they liked the game, because people right now, especially in the mobile market, people don't spend a lot of time in one game. They jump from one title to another. And for the game designers, for the companies making a mobile game, especially the free-to-play one, is to keep the player as long as possible. So giving players a lot of opportunities to leave the game is not a good way. So that's why we saw this approach not very good. We definitely like, even when we show the ads, they are let's say on some pop-up screen or things like that. You can close it, but you're always in the game. But there is some tricky part, especially on very, very, very low-end devices, when you show the ad and it's just the pop-up, but actually it's the second layer or some. Actually, for the phone, it's a different application. When the phone is very weak, they can close the game in the background. So for the low-end devices, we have to figure it out how to do that. When we had this problem maybe 5 or 6 years ago, something like that, when we were developing the applications for Windows phones, and they had very short amount of RAM memory, and they when we showed, let's say, the Facebook login page, they could close the application behind it, so we could log in, but there was no place to go back. So that's why we always like solutions where you can keep the player inside the game. So when we can show the ads like you offer, so we don't even have to show the pop-up, and we still have some chance to monetize people. So
yeah,
it's good for us.
Correct. That's Sayollo.
Yeah.
So Damian, have another question. I mean, how does Sayollo platform help with your monetization effort?
I would say for us, the most important is that we could add Sayollo without changing stuff we already have. And it's really important for us because we have a lot of applications in our portfolio. Of course, we have few which are the most important for us, and we spend a lot of time giving them some updates and things like that. But we still have something like we call it the long tail, and some old applications. It is 60 or 70 of them. And when we add some new solutions, we want to update the old ones in an easy way. So if we can add some new solutions without changing a lot of in the applications we already have, it's much faster for us, and we can do that. And because of that, we can increase the income without a lot of effort. So I would say it's one of the most important part, and we don't have to change the, let's say, game design of the game, because every time when we show some ads, it's connected with the game design, with the economy, with things like that. And when we add ads like sale offers, we just have to add some graphics in the background on some billboards, on things like that. We don't have to rebuild the economy of the game. So it's, for us, we save a lot of time with this solution, and I would say that's the most important part.
What feedback are you getting from gamers regarding native in-game ads, or in comparison to intrusive ads? You get gamer feedback?
I would say we don't have a lot of feedback, and I would consider that as a good feedback. Because people are like, when they don't like something, they are very, expressive about that. They write a lot
Haters.
of comments.
Yeah.
But when something is okay, it's not, they don't have that much, they are not so motivated to give the feedback if everything is okay. So I see we don't have bad feedback, so I consider that as a good feedback. I would say that in the today's world, when we have a lot of in the internet especially, there is a lot of product placement, so people are quite used to see some products. Even in the TV shows or movies, you see the real brands. Of course, some of them, right now, all of them are paid. In the past, it wasn't like that. It was just the accidentally chosen bottle of water or things like that. Right now, everything is paid and controlled by the producers of the programs or movies or things like that. But people are used to that, and it's like normal life stuff. So in the games, when we just show the brand, it's okay for them, and for me, it's like making the games more real. That's why we work with some companies and try to show the real brands in our game. I'm not talking about ads, but like in Motor Rider, we have some real motorcycles. We work with Husqvarna, we work with Honda and things like that. We want to give people the real brands, because they feel more connected with the product, and that helps us to sell in-app purchases. For example, it's much easier to convince someone that he wants to buy a new red Ferrari than just a new faster red car. And showing these real brands in the environment where there are also some real brands, like on billboards or things like that, makes the game more real at the end as a product. So that's why I think it's not only changing the game in the advertising way, not only helping us increase the income, but also makes the environment more realistic in the product.
Okay.
What do you think about the future of the gaming industry?
I mean, in the short term, I would see more realistic game. I mean, the graphic, because of increasing the possible solutions for more efficient devices and things like that. In the long term, I see a very big potential for cloud gaming, not only for PC and consoles, but also for mobiles. And that's because I was asked a question some time ago by some journalists about the internet in the gaming, and I said that when we started our games 10 or 11 years ago, there was almost no internet connection on the mobile phones. It was, you could use only Wi-Fi. It was a poor connection or things like that. Right now, it's obvious that you have the LTE connection, for example, for your mobile phones, and a lot of people play with another people just because they can everywhere they are. So because of the internet connections is getting better and better, I see a lot of options that we can create the games on the server side and just stream the pictures or stream the video to the phone, which can just show and be just the controller.
I agree, especially with the 5G out there. 5G is like, it's not good, it's amazing.
Yes.
Even for like regular AAA games, 5G is just super cool, very fast. I have I have the same question, different space. What do you think about the future of advertising industry? especially in the freemium model?
I would say that if I would really try to look in the future, I would say something like, do you remember the movie Minority Report, where the ads were 100% personalized? Yeah, that's maybe a crazy idea, or maybe not so crazy, because right now when you look for something in the internet, of course you get some personalized ads, and because there is a lot of analytics in the games and in the phones, maybe even the way you are looking for some products can give you the different answer from the search engine about what kind of adverts you should get. Even if you are looking for some, let's say you are looking for a bike, and when the analytics would say that you are very let's say fast user, maybe you are a little bit of chaotic user, things like that, maybe the advertisement for ad will be some for fast bike. But if you are lazy, if you are slow in your research, maybe you even type slow on the keyboard, I'm just imagining right now, maybe you will get the bike, but that will be the different bike than the other person, but both of you were just looking for bikes. So there's a lot of room, what I'm trying to say, that not only the exact things you are looking for are important, but also the way you are looking for your behavior in different applications. Maybe we can connect what kind of bike games you are playing and how do you play them, and that will be connected with the bike advert you will get in the few years, let's say.
Okay, nice.
I like the way how you think. So it's makes some sense that I really love Tbull games.
Yeah, we can see.
We just went live with your latest game at Top Speed 2. It's the fourth game that live with Sayollo, so it's really exciting. So my question to you is, are you excited when a new game is released?
Yes and no. Of course I am, because it's a new product and I always hope that will be a successful product. But right now I'm more happy with the company growing up than the product itself. So it changes. It was changing through the time. When we started, of course, every product was a success because we developed something new. Right now, I'm more happy that we developed the product in time without mistakes, because that means that the procedures we have, that people we have, that everything is going up, and we are becoming, better working machine than it was before. So that gives me more happiness than the products itself. But of course, I like them, and I have all of them on my mobile phone, and I try to play them whenever I have the time. So yeah.
I have to say that I play a Motor Rider Go, and I love this game. It's super cool, a motorcycle racing game, one of my favorite.
I play the zombie game. I'm a freak of I play a lot of Call of Duty, and it's fun to headshot a lot of zombies. I only do headshots. I don't do any other, and I don't do body shots. So it's just headshots.
Right.
You guys, first of all, thank you guys for being here with us on this call and answering our questions. I have to say that you guys are doing an excellent job. And before we finish, can you please tell us, about your next game? Can you tell us something?
We can tell something.
Something.
Yeah, there are some upcoming projects, and we officially announced them. And of course, we want to have them as soon as possible in the market. And what's maybe a little bit new for our company is that won't be only a mobile games. Of course, we have some mobile games with some. We have one upcoming. It will be MMO game, mobile, so quite a big title. Yeah, we are working. Yeah, we are working on this quite long, and we announced that some time ago, maybe a long time ago, maybe a year and a half. But it's a big title, so we are working on this. But we are also right now available on some on PC, mostly on Steam. with different products. Of course, we started from making mobile games available on Steam, but that was just checking the market. But right now we are working on some simulator games, also connected with cars. So you will have a lot of different tasks to do connected with not only racing, but with cars. And we also see a lot of potential for in-game advertising for this kind of game also, because playing on a big screen like for the PC gives us more space to fulfill with some stuff in the background. So there can be a lot of interesting possibilities for not only for us but for both of us, I would say. So, and of course they are connected with cars because we like cars and we have some experience in this market. But they won't be the racing games itself. It will be like a little bit of mechanics, some junkyard stuff, things like that, but connected in the around the cars. And in some one city we have announced 5 simulators connected with different things, but all with cars, all in one city, let's say one universe.
Have you seen the Steam Deck? You talked about Steam and PC and mobile, the new Steam Deck, the Nintendo Switch kind of.
Yeah, I saw they announced that. They actually, it was a premiere. I'm not sure if it's available right now to buy because
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. There's I think I hope that they will finish before Christmas and people will be able to buy that. Yeah, it's interesting because I see that Switch is a very interesting platform because it's I would call it a bridge between the mobile and PC world. And of course, you can go on this bridge from both sides. So you can take the mobile game like we do and push it on Switch, and it works. We earn some money on Switch also with our mobile titles. And of course, you can take the Witcher White Gun and push it on the Switch. So you can take the AAA title from PC, or you can take the mobile title, and they can meet in one platform. So it's great, and I hope that for Steam it will work. Going with the Steam titles to more casual users, because right now when you are thinking about the Steam player, PC player, is like hardcore user. You have to spend a lot of time, because when you play the mobile games, you can play for 5 minutes, for 3 minutes, like Clash Royale told us it's possible that the session is 3 minutes or even less. But when you decide to play console or PC, you actually sit and you decide that you will spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, or maybe 26, whatever. But right now with this portable device, I call it on purpose because I see that was the beginning. All this PlayStation portable stuff, or even the even older ones, is something like you can go wider to let's say casual players with bigger titles. Of course, they will have to be prepared a little bit different for this small console, but still it's possible to take the AAA titles and give it to people who are not interested so much in PC gaming. They don't want to spend, let's say, $7,000 for a good PC to see all the water drops and things like that in the racing games, and they want to play not only at home. So you can take the game with you. You can spend the time with gaming in the bus, in the line, in the shop, or things like that. You can do it. You can do it with mobile, and Switch showed that it's possible to do it with a little bigger titles. So I hope that with Steam it will work like that.
Great.
Super cool.
Yeah,
we need to wait to the new game. We can't wait anymore.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Damian, for joining us. All you guys at home that were watching, follow us on social media for more interesting guests like Damian and conversations. Also follow Tbull for their next game. Sounds really interesting.
Super cool.
Super cool. That's it. Thank you, Maya, for being here.
Thank you, Shlomi. Thank you, dear viewers, that being with us. Let's wait for the next time.
Yeah, thanks, Damian, and bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.